All right, we welcome you back to the Medicine Garden. Tonight in the Medicine Garden, we were talking about spiritual warfare. We've been sharing our testimonies of our battles ever since we were little and what it has been looking like on our path so far in our careers and our families. And the people here in this room and earlier have an important message to share from their soul to yours. So I hope you appreciate it. I pray it blesses you. And I thank you all again. Please come join us Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Google Meet. Who would like to go first? Yanzi?
Hey, how's it going tonight? So spiritual warfare, interesting topic because you can correspond. I mean, you can see it this way. Like for instance, check this out. This is a bottle of lion's mane mushroom with reishi, maitake, turkey tail, and chaga, right? This is from Dr. Emil Nutrition. I'm putting them on game. But check this out. This is the part about it I think it's so interesting. When you're done with it, you got this little cotton swab here, right? Something about this cotton is important. The textile industry, you can hardly find cotton in the store. And if you do find it, is it fair trade? Highly unlikely that it would be. Then there's another thing. Check this out. Hold on a second. All right, bet. Check this out. See this? That's a lapis lazuli crystal, right? What do these have in common? For one, I don't know how they got there. There's a disconnect for me between this being in my possession and how it got to me. The fact that I don't know how it got to me brings up some questions about how is it impacting me that be in possession of it, and then how is it impacting the environment now that it's been extracted from the environment, these two things here. How's that? What's the ramifications of that? It's more like if I don't know what I don't know, how do I go about investigating the premise of the question I'm trying to formulate so I can get a particular answer so I can understand what it is I'm even looking for in the first place. So the state of mind that can conceive of warfare is itself to be investigated. The state of mind that doesn't see anything other than profit in this shit. This is just profit. Then again, they say this crystal is good for protecting against psychic attacks, honing intuition. You see what I'm saying? And there's a whole industry that's been created around, there's a narrative around this crystal and there's a narrative around this cotton. Now, when I put a piece of cotton on the screen, I haven't said anything about enslaving people. I haven't said anything about ancestral vengeance, vendettas around cotton. That's all the aspect of spiritual warfare that's interesting because for the most part, if there's anything to go to war about, it would be how few assets are available to any particular person operating in the reality. Like how few assets are available and how few people understand the difference between an asset and a liability. Like, is this a liability for me or is this an asset? I have to ask this question now because it's done me great service to ask the proper questions about what I have in my possession and why. Even down to, I have a ballpoint pen here, you know, what do I have this for? I have like a speaker I bought. Why did I buy that speaker? Why do I have these clothes? You know, So the clothes just came to me. So did the mushrooms, but I did purchase this crystal. Now, where I purchased the crystal was at a metaphysical store. So we've been talking about the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, and we were talking in the chat about. Let's see. I'll make sure I got my facts right. Ujamaa, which is the collective economics, or the collective economics is. I'm finding that's the hub of the wheel that makes the other 6 go in a circle. Because all the principles are lined up in particular order. You have to start with unity to get to faith. Actually, without faith, there can be no unity. It's all corresponding like that. Then you can look at the principle of spiritual warfare as mental or psychological warfare, which is the ability to perpetuate a war without even drawing a gun. You tell somebody that, for instance, with this cotton, there's a story around this. How it relates to any person is based on what they've been told as far as a story. Now, what was ingrained into me was that this had something to do with being enslaved and being ashamed about that or something like that. Then I come to find out that the cotton really is just a plant or a crop like any other crop. I also have some tobacco on my altar. It's like tobacco is just a crop, but the stories and the way it's portrayed in the marketplace is actually what I've been investigating recently, finding some interesting things about if you don't respect something, like if you don't respect tobacco, it'll destroy you. It's as simple as if you understand that you have to give something in order to receive something, even if you bought something, you may not be fully in possession of the thing you purchased. So asking these questions, whereas I asked this crystal if it could give me certain guidance, or I also programmed it to do certain things. Because if the crystal is just another accoutrement or another aspect of the warfare that's already taking place, if I'm just mindlessly engaging in the warfare, I don't have a vehicle. I don't have a way to put gas in a car. I currently am trying to figure the difference between being a wage slave and being an entrepreneur. It's a very thin, narrow line right now. It's interesting. So all these things seem to be connected to me as far as the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, the Nguzo Saba. The main thing I'm noticing is it's almost like, oh yeah, with the principle I mentioned, it's almost like the whole Malcolm X thing of get your hand out of my pocket with our people. It's like they don't understand the value of the marketplace, and they don't seem to understand the importance. And this is old rhetoric, by the way. This may have changed today for all I know. I have no idea. But the story I've been given, right, is that we're our own worst enemy, and we don't want to change our ways, and we don't want to come together, and we definitely don't trust like something like a susu pot that makes total sense, or a DAO, like a decentralized autonomous organization, something like that, right? It makes total sense. I have like this cotton to me is probably one of the most valuable things I have. Now that I told a story about it on this camera, now I can make an even further narrative about how actually, no, it's not about slavery. It's about being an entrepreneur or something, It's just the story you tell, really. So I just think the story and the narrative aspect of it. And, the first principle of the art of war is deception. So you got to question everything, really. You even question, like what I said, what does it mean for you? How does it correspond to your experience, and does it have any value for you? Otherwise, what I said doesn't have any meaning. And I hope we can further investigate the roots of what is called spiritual warfare, which seems to be an effect, a cosmic effect of some prior event. I would like to continue to investigate it and not take it for granted that spiritual warfare means just one thing to one situation, whereas spiritual warfare might be, it might be a filter to extract us from something that's even more insidious, such as collective brainwashing, perhaps, or spiritually transmitted diseases. I have no idea. But that's my message. My name is Young Z. Thank you.
Thank you. The importance of storytelling and reframing our stories. I appreciate dissertation as an author and a poet. Inspired me. Alicia.
Thank you. This will be brief. So Yanzi, thank you for sharing that. I think it's important because, you know, crystals are alive beings. You know, they have the reason why we're able to program them, right, is because it's like, you know, making an agreement with one another, like, okay, you do this, I do that, you know, and so they have their own life, and they can come, my crystals sometimes they'll leave and pop back up, like legit, like, okay, yeah, you playing too much. I'll come back when you're ready to really work with me. So, you know, that lapis lazuli popping up for you, you know, wasn't by chance. Same thing with the cotton, right? So cotton, organic in this point of life, but cotton is like a conduit. Like, we're supposed to wear pure cotton. We're supposed to wear just linen because it allows us to get the information from the sun, from the wind, from the parts of nature. So the cotton is so much more significant than what we normally know. And so for that to also come to you, and now you're having feels like these like epiphanies and this kind of this inspirational, you know, mindset to kind of dig deeper. That's not by chance. Excuse me. So, you know, I just wanted to kind of emphasize that, you know, things come into our existence, you know, not by chance, because everything is an energy of itself. And so, you know, when we're ready to accept that, different things that seem random or just seem mundane or whatnot will come to us, and it's up to us to be that open channel to receive it as it comes to us. And then lastly, because Raileigh, you reminded me, and I haven't done it in the last time I was here, if anybody does want to hear more about what comes to me and the things that Source puts on my heart, you can find me on YouTube at Divine Speaks with Leash. That's LEESHHH. And, you know, I'm just there, just doing whatever feels right in that moment, and allowing Source to guide me to where I need to be. So, yeah.
Thank you. I encourage everyone to check out Alicia. I know Yanzi has some awesome music coming out, and hopefully he shares with you all when he's ready, or if he's ready now. Where we can find your music.
Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube at House of Yunzi, and then my website link is in the About Me. So I have like multiple branches of music. You just gotta explore, and then also you can find me themythconductor.bandcamp.com. So, yep.
All right, so come join us in the WhatsApp. Share your links, so Gary can pick it up too. Emmanuel, please come back. I'm sorry I had to cut it short this week, and we'll see everyone next week. And hopefully you can come share your message with everybody then. And I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day or night. And I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you so much.